Why is there so much interest in lean agile procurement? Well, it's quite simply that it leans into the space of VUCA. And we've heard the term VUCA for a number of years now: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. How does lean agile procurement fit into that? And I think there's three main aspects to it. There's transparency, the honesty that we recognize that things are volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. If we go in there thinking that things aren't complex and we negotiate in that way, we're almost negotiating in bad faith. So calling it out and saying, things are tricky, it's complex, stuff's going to change, it's honest, right? It's making the implicit explicit. That's the lean and the agile bit. This ties into the second key aspect, which is the flexibilities baked in. Right? Because we've acknowledged it's complex, it means that when we're forming our connections and framing our contract, it is with the intent to be flexible because we know stuff's going to change. Look at how much weather events, changes in the environment, whatever's going on in the world has impacted business. We need to be able to act and respond, right? That whole sense and respond. Jeff Sutherland, when he was a fighter pilot, talked about the OODA loop: observed, orient, decide, act. We look at that plan, do, study, act loop. Like all of these are lean, these are agile premises. And then the third key thing that builds into this is it's a human connection, right? We don't do business with businesses, we do business with other people. We need to be able to work with them. And it's all well and good. Like if it doesn't work in the first date, just like call it at that point. However, after a while, a honeymoon's going to get over it. And having that discussion and ability to get through the tough times will help you build a stronger relationship. And we need to do this in business partnerships as well. So when we start negotiating in good faith, saying, look, things are going to get tricky, things are going to get messy, how are we going to deal with that? How are we going to cope with flexibility? How will we bring change in? We can sense how our partners are going to respond, so we can find partners that are going to act in good faith under those tricky situations. So there's three aspects really that tie into the lean agile piece. And the third piece being the procurement, to the capstone of that is the transparency, the explicit acknowledgement that we're operating in a complex space. The second thing is that embedded flexibility so that we're negotiating from there with the intent to be flexible. And the third thing is building that human connection. How could this help you in your next endeavor? Or how could it now help you address a challenge that you're currently experiencing?